Bonjour les élèves, j'espère que vous allez tous très bien. Aujourd'hui, on va apprendre quelque chose qui est très typique en français. So, these days, as we are speaking more and more in French, today we are going to talk about something very simple yet very typical of French language. Oui, non. Oui means yes, non means no. Oui, non. So, in French, when you have to put something in negation, then you say ne pas. As you know, je suis étudiant means I am a student, I am student. Je ne suis pas étudiant, I am not a student. So, je suis étudiant, in negative, it becomes je ne suis pas. So, as you have learned that ne pas kind of creates the negation, similarly, the word pas can be also used alone. Like, for example, comment est le film? Comment est le film? How is the movie? Pas mal, not bad. So, in that case, pas can be used alone as an adverb. Il vient ou pas? Is he coming or not? Il vient ou pas? On peut voir un film ce soir. On peut voir un film ce soir. It's a question. Can we see a film this evening? On peut voir un film ce soir. Pas un film, plutôt une pièce de théâtre. Pas un film, plutôt une pièce de théâtre. Pas un film, here pas means not. So, coming back to this unique class on, unique lesson on pas, ne pas and different forms of negation in French. So, once again, when you say pas mal, it means not bad. Il vient ou pas means il vient ou il ne vient pas. But instead of saying twice the same thing, you say in spoken language, il vient ou pas. On peut voir un film ce soir. On peut voir un film ce soir. Can we see a movie this evening? Pas un film means not a movie. Plutôt une pièce de théâtre, une pièce de théâtre. So, similarly, there are many expressions in French which has this word pas, and they are very, very popular and people use it very often. Pourquoi pas? Pourquoi pas? Pourquoi means why, pas means not. Pourquoi pas? So, est-ce qu'on peut aller au cinéma ce soir? You can say pourquoi pas, why not? Pas vraiment means not really. Pas vraiment. So, for example, tu aimes les glaces? Les glaces, une glace is ice cream. Tu aimes les glaces? Do you like ice creams? Pas vraiment, not really. Pas du tout. Pas du tout. Pas du tout means not at all. Tu aimes les films de Hollywood? Pas du tout means not at all. Pas comme ça. Pas comme ça. Pas comme ça means not this way. Pas comme ça. Est-ce qu'on peut aller voir l'oncle Jules maintenant? Can we go and see Uncle Jules right now? If the answer is pas comme ça means not this way, on va prendre un rendez-vous, we'll take an appointment. Pas si vite means not so fast. Le professeur parle très vite. The teacher is speaking very fast. So the students can say pas si vite, not so fast. Pas trop, not too much. Pas trop is not too much. So I'll just repeat these expressions once again so that you remember. Pourquoi pas, pas vraiment, pas du tout, pas comme ça, pas si vite, pas trop. Similarly, there are another set of expressions which are also very often used, like pas souvent means not often. Tu vas à Mumbai très souvent? Pas souvent means not frequently, not very often. Pas encore, not yet. Est-ce que Isabelle est rentrée? Est rentrée, you remember we did passé composé. Rentrer is to come back home. So, est-ce que Isabelle est rentrée? Is Isabelle come back home? Pas encore. There is a liaison, pas encore. Pas encore, not yet. Pas de problème, no problem. So, this is one expression that we use very often, pas de problème. Pas vrai. Pas vrai means, isn't it true? Pas sûr, not certain. Pas sûr, not certain. N'est-ce pas? N'est-ce pas? N'est-ce pas is an expression which corresponds to English, right? You were going to the cinema, right? You have written a book, right? Vous avez écrit un livre, n'est-ce pas? So, n'est-ce pas is right. So, negative adverb pas stresses the subject pronoun also, like qui veut du lait? Who wants milk? Pas moi, not me. Qui sont sur le toit? Il y a des enfants qui sont sur le toit. There are children, and who is on the roof? Pas eux means pas les enfants, pas eux. So, you can say pas moi, pas toi. Je veux aller au magasin. Quelqu'un veut m'accompagner? Je veux aller au magasin. Quelqu'un veut m'accompagner? I'm going to the shop. Anybody wants to accompany me? Jacques says, moi. Pas toi means not you. Pas toi. So, you have to understand these are very commonly used expressions and primarily conversational. So, now with no pas, when we go and construct sentences with no pas, with definite articles as well as its contradictions, there is no change. Like, j'ai le vertige. Vertige means vertigo. Vertigo, you know, vertige. You know, you are on the top and you have mal à la tête, mal au ventre. That is le vertige. J'ai le vertige. Je n'ai pas le vertige. So, here the affirmative and negative both do not have any elemental change in its construction. Je joue au foot. I play football. Je ne joue pas au foot. I do not play football. So, je joue au foot, je ne joue pas au foot. So, in this case, no pas is not followed by any change. However, when you say pas de, however, the indefinite article un, une, des and partitive articles de la, des become de after pas. For example, j'ai fait du vélo means I ride on bicycle. J'ai fait du vélo. Je ne fais pas de vélo. So, du vélo becomes je ne fais pas de vélo. J'ai une maison. Je n'ai pas de maison. So, you have to remember that when it is ne pas de, then the article, the indefinite article or partitive articles, they turn into only de. There is no article as such, except for the verb être, if there is verb être, je suis une fille, je ne suis pas une fille. In that case, the verb is to be, so je ne suis pas une fille. Here, it does not change. So, in case of only suis, it does not change. I repeat, je fais du vélo. In negative, it becomes je ne fais pas de vélo. J'ai une maison, je n'ai pas de maison. Je suis une fille, je ne suis pas une fille. So, only for être, it does not change. Now, French negative words used instead of pas. So, no pas. Similarly, there are many words which can replace pas to indicate different kind of negation. Like ne plus verbe plus jamais is never. Elle ne fume jamais. She never smokes. Elle ne fume jamais. She never smokes. And ne plus verbe plus means no longer. So means ne plus, P-L-U-S, plus. So plus is also plus, but this plus, P-L-U-S, plus, ne plus means no longer. Elle ne aime plus jouer avec son petit frère. She no longer loves to play with her little brother. So, she no longer loves to play with her little brother. Elle n'aime plus jouer avec son petit frère. Elle n'aime plus, ne apostrophe A-I-M-E, n'aime plus jouer. So, you understand? So, if you say elle n'aime pas jouer avec son petit frère, means she does not like to play with her younger brother or little brother. Elle n'aime plus jouer avec son petit frère means at some point of time she used to love to play with her little brother, but she doesn't do it anymore. So, ne plus becomes no longer. Another one, ne personne. This we have done in our previous class. Il n'y a personne, there is no one or there isn't anyone. So, il n'y a personne means there is no one. So, qui est à la porte? Who is at the door? Il n'y a personne, there is no one. So, no person means no one. Another one which we have done in our previous lesson, ne plus verbe plus rien, nothing. Elle ne mange rien. Elle ne mange rien means she eats nothing or she does not eat anything. In English, it's a bit different. So, elle ne mange rien means like, what happened? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Rien means nothing. So, il ne se passe rien. You can say rien. Remember, ne plus verbe plus rien is nothing. So, there is another one, ne plus verbe plus que, which means only. She has only one brother. Elle n'a qu'un frère. Elle n'a qu'un frère. She has only one brother. Je n'ai que 10 euros. 10 euros means I have only 10 euros. There used to be a form in English also as well that she has, I have nothing but 10 euros. So, you can compare that form with this, but today we will say that ne que means only. So, elle n'a qu'un frère, she has only one brother. Je n'ai que 10 euros, I only have 10 euros. So, with this, we are coming to a different idea of negation in French. So, non plus, ne rien, ne jamais. So, there are different forms which we have to use henceforth. Before we go to the practicing part of it, I would also like to do another repetition of les pronoms relatifs, because these are the words which has multiple function in French, like qui, que, ou. I have just said, qui est à la porte? Who is at the door? So that is who, which is for making a question. Qui est à la porte? Que veux-tu? What do you want? Où habites-tu? Where do you live? But this can also be pronoun relative. That means which connects two different, which works as a relative pronoun to connect two different statements. Je connais le garçon qui t'attend à l'accueil. Il y a un garçon qui t'attend à l'accueil. Le garçon means the boy. Je connais means I know the boy who is waiting for you at the reception. Je connais le garçon qui t'attend à l'accueil. Je vais regarder le film que tu aimes. Je vais regarder le film que tu aimes. So, this is another one, que means that you like. Je vais regarder le film, I'm going to watch the movie that you like. C'est la ville où tu vas étudier. C'est la ville où tu vas étudier. So this is the city where you are going to study. Ce pronom relatif est un mot qui remplace un nom, un autre pronom ou toute une proposition. Il sert à relier deux propositions, two propositions, it relates two propositions, that's why it's called relatif. Le principal est la subordonnée relative. So, nous avons écrit le scénario du film. We have written the script for the movie. Elle a réalisé ce film. She has directed this movie. So, instead of saying this movie twice, we say nous avons écrit le scénario du film qu'elle a réalisé. Qu'elle a réalisé. Here, when we are going to use qui, c'est le pronom relatif du sujet. C'est le pronom relatif du sujet. That means it becomes like a subject. So it will be followed by a verb. So, j'ai une amie, elle vient du Japon. J'ai une amie qui vient du Japon. So it becomes a subject. J'ai un frère qui a 5 ans plus que moi. I have a brother who has, so qui a. So qui is basically referring to un frère, and un frère is third person singular number. So we conjugate je, j'ai, tu as, il a. So un frère qui a 5 ans de plus que moi. Remember, que can also become QU apostrophe if it is followed by a vowel. C'est le pronom relatif complément d'objet direct. That means it can directly put together two different expressions, like tu as acheté un canapé et des fauteuils que je trouve très confortable. Elle a un chien qu'elle aime beaucoup. Elle a un chien qu'elle aime beaucoup. But ce pronom relatif complément, and you have to understand that there is a catch in que. So we will come back to que after a few minutes. So there is another pronom relative that is ou, which actually denotes time or space. C'est le pronom relatif complément de lieu ou de temps. Donc, il remplace un mot placé avant lui, indiquant un complément de lieu ou de temps. I am telling you more and more in French so that you get used to speaking and listening to French. C'est le pronom relatif complément de lieu ou le temps. So, c'est la ville où nous avons passé notre enfance. This is the city where we have spent our childhood. Now, when you look at the entire list of pronom relatif, we had also done dont. If you remember, dont means we gave some examples in previous lesson. Dont is something which is from which, of which, that, whose. So these are the different forms. It's better not to get into English translations, but even then I have put some translations so that you get acquainted to it. So this is, dont is like object or preposition de, possession indicator. Je vais voir le film De, tu m'as prêté. I'm going to watch that movie that you have borrowed me in video. U is for place or time indicator. Que is for direct objects. That means it connects two of them. And qui is something that replaces a subject and becomes a subject. So, qui is always followed by a verb. So, que pronom relative, you have to be a little bit careful. Il va acheter une voiture, j'ai vu la voiture. So, my friend is going to buy a car and I have seen that car. So, when you put pronom relative que to make like il va acheter une voiture, j'ai vu la voiture. So, it's the same word la voiture coming twice. So, we are going to replace la voiture by que, and you have to understand that if it is in passé composé, we have done this tense, passé composé. So, you can see here it does not change, like il va acheter une voiture, j'ai vu la voiture qu'il va acheter. In the first one, in que, it is not going to be changed, but if you put the other way around, il va acheter la voiture que j'ai vue. Can you see in past participle we have put an extra e because this que actually refers to la voiture. So, this is something which you have to be very, very careful. Like when que is used without any passé composé or any other form of past or past participle, then there is no change. J'ai vu la voiture qu'il va acheter. But the meaning has slightly changed, if you know. It means I have seen the car which he is going to buy, but it's the other way around. Il va acheter la voiture que j'ai vue, the one which I have seen. So, here you have to remember que when it is accorded with the gender and the number of the principal object. So, this is one point, like il m'a offert des pommes, je vais faire un gâteau avec les pommes. So, he has given offert, offert is offrir, offrir means to offer. We have done passé composé. Il m'a offert means he has given to me apples, and I am going to make a cake out of this apple, rather apple tart. Je vais faire un gâteau avec la pomme qu'il m'a offerte. Again, here you see when it is coming to pomme qu'il m'a offerte, because une pomme is feminine and it's in plural. So, along with offert, the past participle, I have put E and S only to accord it with the number and the gender of the object that it is actually referring to. Now, with this we are coming to a conclusive end of this class. In this class, we have learnt non and different ways of saying non. Pas maintenant, pas vrai, pas de problème, that is one. Second thing that we have learnt is when we make a negation with de, then it does not retain the articles like j'ai une maison, je n'ai pas de maison. So, une maison becomes only maison, that we have learnt. And we have learnt a few expressions such as non jamais, never, non rien, nothing, non personne means no one. And we have also done a revise of the pronom relative. So, at the end, I would like to request you to write one passage about some activities between your classmates where you have to give different usage of negation, number one. And number two, try to write something in past participle using the pronom relative. And along with that, try to also remember le participe passé, the past participle, and try to use passé composé as much as you can. Because remember, in pronom relative, when you are using passé composé, then you have to change the participe passé or the past participle according to the number and the gender of the object that it refers to. So, with that, I will conclude this lesson. Bon courage, bonne continuation et à la prochaine. Au revoir.